Bestmed Medical Scheme stands as South Africa's largest self-administered medical scheme and the fourth largest open medical scheme in the country. Today, we'll explore the fundamentals of medical schemes, an often complex topic, with Bestmed's CEO and Principal Officer, Leo Dlamini, who will help us navigate the key issues surrounding medical aid industry increases. Let's start off with the importance of medical aid, and by definition, what is it?
When you start talking second line, third line medical intervention, the average person can't afford it. What we do is we aggregate the money from our members, we pull that together, and then we're able to, as the members need healthcare, we're able to then pay for it. So it's almost like a stokvel if you think about it. The individual members can't afford to buy that set of whatever they want to buy. But when they pull together, they can then afford to each month buy that product for that. It's the same concept. We collect the members' monies. We're able to then pay for members' healthcare as and when they need it.
So what does it mean that a medical scheme is owned by its members?
Most people actually don't know that a medical scheme is actually a mutual. It's a not-for-profit organization. It's owned by the members, for the members. That's what we do. I sit here as a steward for the members. As a self-administered scheme, I'm able to make sure that my cost of running the scheme is as low as possible so that every rand that I collect from the members goes towards paying for their healthcare.
Can you explain what over-recovery and under-recovery means?
We collect contributions to pay for healthcare costs. Now and again, you collect more than what you need. So then you have over-recoveries, you have a surplus. Whatever you've over-recovered stays in the scheme. What do you use it for? For future members' hospitalization or whatever healthcare needs are. Under-recovery is the opposite of that. In a particular year, you could collect less than what you need to pay for members. In the last sort of 2-3 years, what we've seen is the claims have been higher than what we've been collecting, which means you're in now an under-recovery place. What that means is then I have to then look at reserves that I have in the scheme to be able to close the gap. So that's under and over recoveries.
So what is the impact on a medical scheme if you have to rely on reserves for an extended period of time?
In 2020, 2021, I was able to build up my reserve by about 800 million. In the subsequent years, I've actually bled out more than that amount. So I'm actually in a space where my historical reserves are actually getting lower and lower, which means I start compromising the sustainability of the scheme, which means I have two corrective actions. The one is I can reduce the benefits from our members in the following year so that the costs don't escalate. The other is I can then adjust my contribution increase. We want to do that from a place of what's best for the member, because the sustainability of the scheme is important so that we can pay for the healthcare of the member.
What do you do then as a medical scheme at dealing with a negative perception on price increases?
We want the scheme to be sustainable, which is important because the scheme, as I've said, is the only way that we can afford quality healthcare for our members. On one hand, we have to make sure that the cost that we pay for hospitalization or whatever medicines is the best that it can be. And for that, what we do is we've created networks where our members can if they consume their healthcare within those networks, those are discounted prices. We encourage members to keep doing their annual assessments. If we continue to do our annual assessments, we're able to early detect and intervene. What that does is that, first of all, the health of the member is sustained for longer because there's no complications down the line, but also the medical complications that would then ensue later on because we didn't early detect are avoided, which means the member's money is then saved.
As we navigate the complexities of medical schemes, it is crucial to stay informed and engaged. We hope this discussion has shed light on the intricacies of the medical aid industry and the impressive strides Bestmed Medical Scheme has made in a challenging landscape.